Hello, I'm Jamie.
Hello, I'm Mark, and it's time for another episode of Through the Garden Gate. Good evening, Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between. It's Tuesday night, it's 7:30, it's time for another episode of
Through the Garden Gate.
Let's get Jamie in. Good evening, Jamie.
Hello.
You sat somewhere comfy today.
I am. I'm balancing my phone as well against the mug because my little tripod thing snapped.
Oh, that's not a lot of use.
Not a
What's
lot
that?
of use at all.
Now it's a bipod.
Bipod.
iPod.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, now it's a...
Oh yeah.
Now it's just a pod.
Oh, I
And
don't
now
know.
it's just a phone holder.
Well, it's not even that.
Rubbish.
It's
Rubbish.
plastic.
That's what it is.
It's going in the bin.
Where are you tonight?
In the conservatory.
It's the bin.
Oh,
Tree.
with foliage.
Foliage. The banana plant, which is usually outside in the garden but comes in for the winter.
You brought it in now.
Yeah. And the bird of paradise behind me.
Hello.
That stays in, or does that go out as well?
That goes out as well.
Mm.
Just lets them have some fresh air and pests eaten by
You're
insects.
You're a pest.
I'm not a pest. If anyone's a pest in this conversation, it's you.
It's you, George.
Or this naughty little dog.
Or Dash.
Or Dash, yeah.
Dash is not a pest.
He can be sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time he can.
I've got 7 pests.
Only 7.
Seven little mini ginger pests.
Your puppies.
Puppies plus 2 other dogs, although they're not pests. Cause
They're not too bad. They're all right. Yeah, they're quite good.
Just coming to help you out with the gardening.
Wow.
They had their first
Produce.
meal today.
Oh.
Yes,
Was
first
it milk?
over the milk. Yes, mushy puppy food.
What's that, meat or?
No, just biscuits that had been
Just
mushed
biscuits.
up with,
When Dash was,
puppy
when
milk.
we first got Dash, we fed this is not very funny, but it kind of is. But when we first got Dash, we had a green bowl for him, that we put his food in, like the biscuits, and he wolfed them down within like 30 seconds, and then like 5 minutes later he threw up.
Yeah, no, yeah. Happens all the time, especially with Labradors because they eat so fast.
Yeah, you have to put those things in the bowl to stop them eating so fast.
What?
Well, we've got special bowls with the knobbles in the bottom, but they still eat.
Still do it.
Yeah.
Evening,
Someone just asked me if the puppies are all spoken for. No, not yet. Email me, message me if you're interested. No, there's still a couple left.
Nearly all gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
How old are they now? 3 weeks?
3 weeks yesterday.
Wow.
It was quick, didn't it?
It does go quick.
Yeah,
How long
they're
is
all
it?
up and about, running around, eyes open, yapping and whinging.
Bramble escape now then, or are they still?
Crazy, bro. She does come out a lot more now. She leaves them. We've had to, the front of the box. I cut the little triangle out so she could get in and out, but that's got to stay in now because they climb over. The weekend we'll put the run up, so they have a bit more room to run around. Don't know yet, Steph. I think Teresa wants to, but. But
three fox reds.
if I know who normally gets their own way,
you'll be having
but we'll see.
You'll need another gardening-related name.
Oh yeah, they're all going to be because we have to give them kennel club names. So they'll all have another nature or gardening or something kennel club name.
Stop doing that noise.
No, we won't, Joe, because we've got Moss and he is Bramble's son. So that's what the idea was, that in the future Moss can breed.
Well, you need to find a female to breed with.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. In maybe a few years' time, and then get another female and maybe have a litter then. But
That's not related to. Yeah, I see.
not related. Yeah. But I think Teresa's.
One now.
He's a boy, so that doesn't count. He's got the same bloodline.
It's just not the same
Yeah.
mum, I guess. But yeah, same family.
Moss is same mum and dad as the puppies that we got in there.
So he's brother, kind of.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Not even one removed, it's brother.
Can we come and visit them before they have to leave? Yeah, definitely. Did Steph just say that?
Yeah.
I think you need to, especially if it's going to happen.
Maybe like Christmas holidays or something.
What? That'll be far too long. They'll be ready to be going out by then.
They'll be gone.
5 weeks' time, George.
They go. They will go on the 15th.
Maybe we'll go like in a few weeks on the weekend then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Go and have some puppy cuddles.
Yeah.
How big are they now?
They're all in and around a kilo. I would say 4 of them are over a kilo, and 3 are 900-ish.
The boy's still the heavier.
Boy, yeah, Blue. He's the only boy. He's the biggest. Yeah.
How big in terms of?
Not big. Just still big. Still big enough. You can still hold them in one hand. They're not huge.
They're not huge.
No.
Still teeny tiny.
It won't be long. They'll soon start growing out, especially if they're having
Proper food.
Yeah.
And
Enough puppy talk.
Enough puppy talk. Licky boo you.
Big dash jump.
You made
Gardening fact, George. Gardening fact.
Oh yeah, gardening facts.
Hold it this way so you're actually facing the camera.
Yeah. I can do it. The tomato is now grown in more places than any other food crop, from Iceland to the Falkland Islands.
Iceland to the Falklands.
Look, we could visit Scale Electric Rod on the way.
Yeah.
Are they not grown all over the world?
Yeah. But you wouldn't have thought tomatoes, would you? I'd have gone something like potatoes or something rather than.
Oh, what you're saying? That's the most grown.
Yeah, it's grown in more places in the world than any other crop. Stop thinking.
Ow.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I think I just elbow dropped myself.
Don't do that.
Yeah, potatoes would be a
or rice.
It's a staple of rice.
It's probably more about
wheat.
It's probably more quantities of other things, but it's grown in more places than any other crop.
I just saw on the news a little while ago, actually, that somewhere in Cambridgeshire, a farmer's diversifying.
Shall I go then?
If you want.
Yeah.
Bye then.
Bye.
See you, George.
Later.
Bye.
A farmer is diversifying because he can't make any money from his potatoes or wheat or sugar beet, and he's trying to grow rice. And he's got lots of little tiny paddy fields he's trying.
Yeah.
But he said the reason we ain't got much of a crop for his potatoes is because of the drought. But rice grows in water. I don't get it.
It needs quite a high temperature as well, because that year when we joked about me growing it, and I got the seeds to try it, it says that it has to be something like above 25 degrees for something like 120 days or something in
Mm.
order to grow properly. So
Well,
that is quite a high temperature.
he's definitely grown some because I just saw him harvest it on a small scale. And the paddies were about, I don't know, 10 metre square type thing, but he was definitely growing it, and he had some to harvest this year.
Well, maybe it's a different variety.
But I just don't understand why he's got to keep the paddy fields wet, literally wet.
Oh yeah, they literally flood the fields, don't they?
Yeah. So if he's got to do that, why can't he just water his potatoes?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, strange. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that
But
is very weird.
I don't know. Maybe they've obviously worked it all out, haven't they? Be good, wouldn't it? Rice grown in the UK.
Yeah, it'd be really good. I'm sure you probably won't get the quantities that we all eat, but every little helps.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. Instead
Well,
of shipping it from everywhere around the world.
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah, it's
must
probably
be.
working on a lower variant and like breeding
Mm.
it so that it doesn't need as high temperature. But I mean, the farming world is just bizarre, isn't it? Because I follow a guy that is a farmer, and he's talking about how much money he gets for stuff and how he doesn't make money, and now he's trying to sell his stuff on Instagram so people
Yeah.
can collect it from his farm, so that he's got more chance of making a profit
Mm.
than he would if he, like his sugar beet, he can sell the first however much for a certain amount, and then British Sugar change the amount after a certain amount, and
Hmm.
it's very, like he basically makes a loss on the rest of it. So he's trying to sell it to just people. So his wheat and
Sells
stuff
sugar
like that.
beet,
Not sugar
not
beet,
sugar.
potatoes and wheat. I've seen him trying to sell.
It's really strange because before I worked for myself, I was an electrician in a factory called Germain's, and they're owned by British Sugar, which
Yeah,
is owned by uh, Associated British Foods, massive company. And what they do is seeds. Every seed you can think of, but they pellet them, they coat them, they put chemicals on them. But every sugar beet you see grown in the UK is goes to British Sugar. Nobody else, no one else has it.
right.
And British Sugar supply every seed for every beet. So they get the whole turnaround. You have to buy the seed from them and you sell it to them. But they also say how much you can grow each year. So you would think, that
Like
would
a
almost be a
controlled circle,
guaranteed
then.
price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just nuts, isn't it? That's
Mm.
completely controlled by them, and all the farmers are doing is growing it and then
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
screwed over, basically.
Getting paid for it. But then they have to, it goes off to, because obviously there's sugar beet factories loads around here.
Yes.
They go and get tested to see what quality the sugar is, and they even get, if there's too much soil on it, they get fined for that when they have to wash it extra. It's a real hard process.
Not a not a good line to be in, is it? Farming, not
Mm.
especially not these. I'm sure it's never been great, but these days it just feels like there's so much bureaucracy behind it.
Mm. And the amount of chemicals that's on sugar beet seed is ridiculous, and I know it firsthand
Yeah,
because it's steeped in chemicals to like a fungicide, when it's still a beet seed, and then it's coated with a coat so it can be drilled, and the coating's got chemicals impregnated in it. So
so
as soon as
yeah,
it cracks open, it's still got, and then it's sprayed God knows how many times as well.
yeah. And they don't. What do they actually use sugar beet for? They don't make sugar out of that, do they? Because it's not,
Yeah,
or is it
yeah,
sugar for food additives? Right? It's not
yeah,
like granulated sugar.
yeah. It's sugar. Yeah,
It is.
yeah, sugar. It's silver spoon. is if you see silver spoon, that's sugar beet, and
Right.
Tate and Lyle is
Okay.
sugar cane.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, so they make all the different sugars out of it. When you see the brown sugars or everything, it's all made out of the same thing. It's a big stinky process though when they put it through.
Yeah, there's a sugar plant near Newark, and that always absolutely stinks whenever you go
Yeah.
past.
Yeah,
Like
you can see it all pumping out of the
nutty smell.
big chimneys.
Yeah, looks like a power station. But
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They've got no neonicotinoids on them this year.
Is that what British Sugar have said?
Yeah, they're not. They weren't allowed, were they? They weren't allowed to do it this year. It's the first year for a long time.
Good. We spray our food so animals, insects die and can't eat it.
That's just,
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
which is why
Absolutely
we all
mental.
grow our own food.
Yes. The goat said no, finally. The goat?
I think that's probably supposed to be government. Gee, that's a funny thing to call our Prime Minister.
He's a bit of a goat, isn't he? What we talk about, wins and fails.
Wins and fails, review of the year. How things have gone for you this year? How things, good things, bad things?
Yes. I don't know how, I don't want to say fails, but I think a big thing, well, like we just said, with the farmers and their potatoes, is the drought. That's what's really put everything back for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely had a big effect. But strangely, not on what I expected things to be affected. Like I expected squash to be really small. Yes, I've not had as many,
Mm.
but I've had, I've still got decent squash, but just not as, well, for me, it's better than last year because last year I had none because the slugs ate them all.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with the water, though, last year, was it?
Yeah, that's nothing to do with the water.
But I can say that my squash in particular, have done a lot worse than previous years. Hell of a lot worse.
And when you get an uchikuri that's that size,
That's quite a big one, to be honest.
that's insane.
That's a big one. But then your garden is quite wet anyway.
It's all grown in raised beds now, so none of it's benefiting from the water in my garden.
So, how raised are the raised beds? So I think them roots would go straight down,
Probably,
wouldn't they?
probably. I think the plant grow's probably helped this year because all my squash were grown in plant grow.
Yeah.
Like solely, all of the squash plants are all in plant grow. So it shows how good that is for stuff like that.
Well, didn't you do a test on one side to the other?
Yeah,
One
and all
side of your parts?
the ones on the other side didn't grow at all.
No.
And that was from, to be fair, it was probably spent compost because it was from the old beds that I've taken out of the veg garden.
Mm.
Whereas the plant grow will have had, it's brand new compost, nothing's ever grown in it.
Yeah. And Washington pumpkins are really hungry.
Yeah, so hungry.
Yeah. So you've got to give them loads of goodness. But loads of water as well. And like I've said loads of times before, I've got unlimited water and I still didn't give them enough.
No. Well, you could have stood there all day and you just, water is just not as good as rain. It just isn't. It doesn't matter how much you seem to throw at the garden. Like, it was the same at work. Like, when we had the irrigation working, you could have drip lines on all day, but as soon as you got the rain, the difference is just
Things
incredible.
change, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, things just improve no end quicker than what they do if you're trying to water it to death.
Mm. So a lot of that is to do with obviously the water falling from the sky, and it gets charged, like in what Charles Dowden says in his little booklet.
Yeah.
Positively charged, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be why.
Well, it's the same as the those what are they called, the plant surge
Yeah.
devices that you can put on your thing. That makes
Mm.
such a difference. So it's and that's the same sort of thinking that as the rain, isn't it?
Oh, exactly the same.
So yeah, it's proven that it does work.
Have you got one of those?
Yeah, I've got one on both taps that I use in the garden. So I've got one on the outside tap near the house, and then I've got another one on the tap down at the veg garden as well.
I have to get one of them.
But then most of the time, I don't tend to use water from the hose if I can help it on my veg garden. I'm using water butts most of the time.
But then it's all right because that is rainwater.
Yeah. But even that, it just, I don't know. There's something about it falling from the sky. It just.
Do you think that's what I was just about to say? Do you think because it's sitting there and settling and maybe losing its charge or something over the however long it's sitting there?
Probably. And getting different algae and bacteria and stuff growing in it if it's sat in a water bottle like that.
You see people put those surge things on the spout of a watering can.
Yeah, I have seen that actually, but it doesn't fit on mine. So I've thought of doing that, but yeah, it doesn't. I think they've got different sized ones now. They might even have a watering can now.
Oh, well, they're built in.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw them that they were bringing out some new different ones. So they might even have one that does it. Because I think they were also working with a nursery to fit it onto their big pipes. So they'd built one that was like huge.
Yeah.
So they just have all of their irrigation water working. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen those devices before, they're basically like a magnetic thing that goes around your pipe, locks around it, and then it's got 4 magnets that are all the way around. So as the water goes through it, it positively charges the water.
It just clamps either side, doesn't it? There's 2 halves to it and clamps.
Yeah, it's like two L shapes that lock together into a square with the magnet all the way around the hose. Probably about that sort of length.
Yeah.
But yeah, chuck it on and forget about it.
I might get one because I could put that onto my pump. So whenever my pump's on.
Yeah, whatever water you're using for your pump, even if it's going into a dipping tank or whatever, it's being charged beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely worth looking at, I think. But like I say, whatever happened, there wasn't enough this year. Nowhere near.
And it was, I think, how dry it is as well. Like, just everything is dry. Like, everything. I think the other problem is like when it dries out that much that, like, if you try and water a bed, there's probably tree roots in there that then take that before the plants have got a chance to take it.
Definitely.
Everything's just like, oh my god, we need water. So it doesn't actually get to the stuff on top because it just goes, by the time the soil's dried out, it just goes through the soil like it's a sieve. So the further down's getting the benefit of it rather than what you're actually trying to save on the surface.
So that's what we've got to try and get over in years to come, because this year's it's not special.
No, it's the extremes we've got to get used to. We've got to get used to the extremes. You've got to get used to the fact that, 1 year we might have, like this year, dryness for 3 months. And then the following year it might be wet for 3 months. And then we might get a really harsh winter that's minus 14, 15 for 2 or 3 weeks. And then the next year, like this year, that's mild. I mean, I haven't seen a frost yet here.
No, we haven't, no.
I know there's a few people, Jenny has said she's had a couple of light frosts. But Yeah, I mean, to get into, I mean, what are we now? The 11th of November, a third of the way through
Yeah,
November, and we still haven't had anything.
it's
Not
crazy,
to
isn't it?
kill off anything in my garden. The dahlias are still going.
Mm,
The tetrapanics is still going. Even the
mm,
tetrapanics is putting new growth on it.
yeah.
I think a lot of these things could still be outside because your nighttime temperatures are still almost in double figures.
Mm. I was having a wander around the garden on Sunday and thinking, oh, look at all that. Salvias are all there, all the dahlias are there, there's everything is still going. I took some cuttings of all the different salvias because I
Yeah, I
thought,
think it's salvia cuttings this week.
mm, just in case. Normally they come back anyway, majority of them, but I thought, well, just in case, you never know.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You never know. If you get a bad winter and you haven't done it, and you've
Mm,
lost all your salvias, and it's so easy. I mean, you just put them in water
yeah.
and root so well. I've done a few of the. I can never remember the name of it. The one that Middleton's did this year, which was the runner-up to the Plant of the Year at Chelsea.
I've
The,
done some. It's with the bi-coloured leaf with the red underneath.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Tropicolor something or other, isn't it?
something. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've
yes.
done some of that as well.
How big is yours? Is yours massive?
No, it's still only about no, 18 inches off the floor.
Mine's huge. Mine's like your crazy massive blue one.
Yeah.
Mine's like that. It's
Is
gone
it really?
absolutely ginormous,
Oh no, mine ain't.
and it's absolutely lathered in flowers now. Like it's flowering more now than what it has all year.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Gone
They're all at
absolutely
their
mental.
they're at their peak. They're at their peak now, getting ready to get slammed by the next
Yeah,
frost. Well, first
exactly.
frost.
Jenny says she needs to wrap up her last two bananas on a dry day.
Yeah. So you don't your banana stays in a pot all year, or do you put it in the ground?
No, I just leave it in the pot.
Mm.
Tend to put it in a bigger pot at the start of every year, and then put some fresh compost over the top because the compost does wear down.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just keep it in a pot and then just place it in the back of a border so that it looks like it's planted.
Mm.
So there's plants all around it, so all you can see is the leaves coming up through the back.
Yeah.
I do that with
Lovely.
my big colocasia as well, which is on this side. That one in the corner with the huge leaves. That one's the same. But I mean, you can just let them brown off and then bring them in or put them in a shed, and a bit like a dahlia, and then because they're like a bulb, so it's a storage route on those, so
Yeah.
it just grow back from nothing again. But I tend to find you get bigger leaves year on year if you can keep it over winter.
Yeah.
If you've got room to keep it in the conservatory.
I guess because it's not using all its energy from brand new again, right from down
Yeah.
at the.
Well, and if it dies back, it's putting all the energy back into the bulb, and then it's got to put it out again. So rather
Yeah.
than adding to what you've got.
Mm. 8 bananas.
Lots of bananas.
Yeah.
Various sizes, no doubt.
So is it just drought related fails?
Yeah, I don't know. Like some of my fails, like the beans and the peas, I've really struggled with this year. And I don't know whether that's the compost that I used or the dryness. But I barely had any beans. I had one decent pea crop early on, which was sown by Steph's class at school in an experiment
Yeah.
early on to see like what germinates with different light levels, and I planted it all in the polytunnel and got them going really early, and then put them out onto a wigwam, and they were brilliant. They had loads of peas on them. But yeah,
What were
other
they?
than that one,
Peas
I had
or like
peas,
March twos?
the
Just
standard
peas.
peas, yeah, just standard
Yeah.
pod peas. But yeah, and my beans probably had a handful of beans off my bean plants, and that's it.
The peas, zilch again. every year. Last 3 years, I do not. I just cannot get peas to grow.
Yeah.
Terrible. But my beans have been all right. Majority of my beans have been different types for storage, which are
Yeah.
all out still on there now, dried. I've got to make some time to go out and get them all in, but they're
Yeah.
all there. They've all done well, and my runners have done really well. So yeah, beans have been all right, but peas shocking. I just don't know why can't grow bloody peas.
Did Joe send you the seeds of hers? She said she was going to send you some last year, I remember. Because Joe's always does really well with her peas, doesn't she?
I can remember her ripping me last year about peas.
Don't know whether she anyway.
Because I think don't she grow them up her washing line and they go everywhere.
Oh yeah, she gets like a almost a cargo net over a washing line, doesn't she? And they just grow up it and they're absolutely mental.
Yeah.
Jo said she's going to try and overwinter some small pea plants and plant like sweet peas. That's not a bad idea.
You can grow peas. You can start peas now, can't you? As long as the bloody mice don't get them. That's always my problem.
Oh, that's the problem.
So many times, well, same as you. You start growing things, and oh my god, they've just sprouted, and the mice have had them all out.
Yeah. Well,
But that's
they
when you have
usually have them before they've even bloody sprouted. They just have the
yeah,
peas
yeah.
out of the pots.
I have to
Like,
get my swinging thing back in again. I can't. I've got nowhere to hang it now. Well, I suppose I can hang it from a polytunnel.
Yeah, you can hang a person from those polytunnels.
You can. I've seen them swinging from them. That might be one that's been put up properly.
Yeah. I'll test yours out, see how well you do it.
Maybe not. I've got a cat, Joe, but I still get mice.
Yeah. There's just so many. Especially, well, I mean, at work is where it tends to be loads as well. But what I've started doing is the leftover plastic that I had from building the polytunnel, the sheets of polycarbonate, I've cut a load the same sizes as my seed trays, so I can just put it on top. So until they germinate, I can leave that on, so the mice can't get in there to get the seeds out. And then once they've germinated, I can then lift that, and they've got the space to grow. Just so I don't need like millions of lids.
Yeah.
And that's worked quite well because I've done a load of stuff this week. I've done like salad leaves and cabbages and cauliflowers and stuff like that, and that's all germinated. Also gives it that extra protection, doesn't it? Gives it a bit more heat. And it's all germinated within 3 days.
Yeah. I've put a few bits and bobs in the greenhouse. Different salad leaves, like I say, salad leaves and some Chinese leaves, pak choys, kohlrabies. They're all going really well. But still warm though, Mark. That's why.
I mean, the polytunnels are like 20 odd degrees during the day.
Right, I've still got tomatoes ripening out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I stripped all of the leaves off the ones at work to try and green up what's left on there. But I mean, there's still ripening red tomatoes on there. And we're, middle of November.
It's crazy. I looked back, and I think last year, touch wood, I haven't had it this year, but I got blight in at the beginning of October.
Yeah, loads of people did last year. It was a rat. Yeah, I think I don't think it's blight in the polytunnel at work, but I think it's more mould.
Yes.
Where there was loads of foliage that was touching the top, and that's gone mouldy, so it's not blight.
I've noticed that in the chilly polytunnel. I went in there today, opened it, and thought, "Oh, feels a bit damp and warm." Where the door hasn't been open for a while, so
that's the thing. You're fighting at this time of year. It's not necessarily it's keeping it ventilated enough to not go mouldy in it because it's damp all the time.
Yeah. So I left the door open. I'm going to leave the top door open now. I think they're just worried that it's going to get cold, but it doesn't matter now. They've done the job. If they start going off and dying now, let them. It's not going to hurt.
I mean, you can't complain if you've still got tomatoes on the vine in November, can you?
Exactly.
It's just insanity.
The chilies and peppers have been phenomenal. There's hundreds, literally hundreds.
They were good plants this year that you grew. Those ones from the supermarket.
I've
Peppers.
got so many of them. I'm going to go and have a good pick up and make some, and roast them all, make some roasted red pepper soup.
That'd be nice.
I've done my
See,
first pumpkin soup today.
yeah, I need to start cooking with some actually.
Yeah, it was nice. Just smoked paprika and no chili one because I did chili last time and Teresa said it was too hot, so I said I'll do a smoked paprika one, and it was really good, really nice for lunch.
What squash did you use?
It was a tromboncino, to be honest.
A big tromboncino.
Yeah, I just roasted it for an hour, and I didn't even bother peeling it. I just blitzed the whole thing, the skin and all.
Did you blend it up then with the skin on it?
Yep. Yeah, roasted it until the skin was soft as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've not done tromboncino for a while. This year I did the zephyrs, which are very similar. And now these have cured. They're like orange. Look very similar to a tromboncino.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's brilliant. That's a lot
green tips.
A lot more orangier.
Yeah. But I assume that'll just taste a bit like a butternut squash now that it's cured. Because if you leave them little, that it's classed as a courgette.
That's it, yeah.
So, which is what the tromboncinos are as well. You can eat the tromboncinos little, can't you?
You can, yeah, definitely. Coconut milk and chilies. Coconut milk, chilies and garlic.
What's that?
Is that for a soup, Joe?
Coconut milk chili. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be like almost a Thai.
That's a Thai one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, coconut milk. What we had? We had a coconut milk soup the other day when we were away. That was really nice. It's just it's got that sort of Asian hint to it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Some lemongrass would be nice in it, something like that. Oh, lovely.
Have you grown any this year?
No. I've been really off my game this year, but I've been busy work-wise and things. That was another one of my fails of not doing as much as I normally would.
Yeah, just sort of done the basics
just to get through.
Yeah,
not done as much, possibly not enjoyed it as much. And I've not even eaten as much. I've wasted more, I've noticed as well, because I haven't been going out there.
Yeah.
And things have gone over or gone mushy or whatever, and had to go on the compost heap. But it happens sometimes, doesn't it? I don't know, especially this time of year where there's no bloody light, but
you can't eat all of you can't eat everything all the time. Some stuff does get wasted. I know it's annoying, but
it is annoying, and if you put your mind to it and maybe planned better or stored things better, you probably could, use most of it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to being busy and taking the easy route sometimes because you are busy, and then when you sit back and think about it, you think, oh God, should have done that, but and then I have to sit and don't beat yourself up over it. Nobody's died.
Yeah, it's having the time to prep it all, isn't it? Like
exactly,
making a soup or whatever. If you're out working every day, doing physical jobs like what we both do, coming home in the evening and going, oh, I've got to set to and wash all this and do this with it. It is just hard work, isn't it?
I mean, today I was at home doing paperwork and stuff, so that's why I made the soup in between, getting on the computer and back off again, and it was fine. But Joe says have a smaller plot. Yeah, have a smaller plot. That's fine. I know what you're saying, but I like my plot. I've had my plot for 3 years now, and I enjoy it. But it's just this year's been extra busy.
Got away from you. I guess you were almost catching up from the time you had off for your heart operation as well, because
I think so. Yeah.
really did set you back. You had 3 months off nearly because of it all.
At least, yeah, it was at least 3 months, wasn't it? Yeah, I never really thought of that, so that probably has set it back a bit. And I've had to be careful still afterwards, even when I went back to work, I couldn't go doing too much heavy physical stuff for a while. I'm fine now,
Yeah.
absolutely fine, but
And you've
yeah,
set up your new greenhouse and everything. You've taken your greenhouse down. You've built your new polytunnels.
yeah.
So that's changed your growing space.
Mm. And I've loved them. I've really, I've probably spent more time in them than I have the garden, to be honest, than the actual plot.
Yeah. Well, that's like your number one love, isn't it? Like your tomatoes. Like that's your
Yeah, definitely.
big
Yeah.
passion. What you need to do is just put more polytunnels all over your plot and just grow more tomatoes. Turn into Niall and
Yeah.
remember his name? Niall and
Lance.
Lance. That's it.
Yeah.
Become a complete tomato nut. Start selling
Yeah.
seeds.
I like eating them though. They don't eat them, do they? They just mush them up, and I suppose
Yeah,
they do keep the pulp.
they
They
just
do
eat the
keep some
pulp.
of the
They don't
pulp.
get to eat the. Well, you could, if you had enough polytunnels, you could have one that you eat out of and one that you harvest the seed out of.
But definitely on the whole, wins and fails thing. My wins, I would say, a win this year has been aubergines really well. I've done that. They were brilliant. Never grown aubergines like it before. Probably because the heat.
Yeah.
Lots of heat. Had loads of aubergines. Lots of the long white ones that we got from, I think they were Simply Seeds last year.
They were a Simply Seed one, yeah. They're the first
Yeah.
aubergines I've ever grown. I only got 2, but it was better than 0.
Did you?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that it's the same seeds? And did you have them in a polytunnel?
Yeah.
Same polytunnel. It's probably the same compost.
No, they were at work, so they'd been in just like homemade compost rather than.
Right.
But again, it should be pretty decent compost.
It
It's
should be, yeah, of course, yes.
full of nutrients.
I would say you probably had, and there's probably still some on there and they've gone yellow, to be honest. From 7 or 8 plants, maybe 5 or 6 off each.
Wow.
And then 4 or 5 of the normal black ones, and yeah, 3 or 4 of each of those at least as well. Aubergines have been a real good win.
What have you been cooking with them?
Lots of moussakas. Love a moussaka. And I've made
Baba ganoush,
I've made baba ganoush as well. It's just basically just roasted it with loads of roasted garlic and whizzed it all up.
basically like what's the other thing that you make with chickpeas? It's like that, isn't it? Basically,
Like hummusy type thing. Yes, for dips and things. Yeah,
Yeah.
hummus. Lovely. I think what have failed? Lots of things I think have failed mainly because they've gone to seed and things. But that's because I haven't eaten them quick enough, or I haven't watered them enough.
Your sweet corn went mouldy.
Sweet corn went all funny, but then that was good.
You didn't realise it.
Apparently. But they weren't no good. They only grew up to about 2 foot, 2.5 foot, because the water, I guess, again.
Yeah, my sweet corn were rubbish. I think I had one decent, well, not even decent, one that had actual bits of corn on it.
Yeah.
The rest were just nothing. They hadn't even swollen.
So is that because of the water, or they didn't germinate?
I'm not sure. It was weird because
Pollinate.
the tassels had all gone brown.
Oh,
But when I opened them up, the cobs had the little bits on them. But they were tiny. They weren't fat and juicy. They were just little blobs.
That's water then, isn't it?
Yeah, so it must be water.
Yeah. So if the tassels are brown, they've been pollinated. But then there was not enough moisture to grow.
Yeah, to fatten up the corn.
Yeah. So,
Good year for beetroot, said Joe.
yeah, my beetroot's been all right.
Yeah. Beetroot always seems to be fine for me. Like,
Yeah, that's a
it's one of
bit
those
of a
things I don't
staple,
even
isn't it?
think about. It just grows. Doesn't matter what
Chuck
you do.
them in and they go, yeah. But who was it I heard someone say, oh no, wasn't that someone on here said that they struggled with beetroot? Oh, was it Arlo?
Possibly. Yeah,
Said he
possibly.
struggled with beetroot, and I thought, oh my God, how can you struggle? I just chuck a seed down and it's there within a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, you get something, even if it's just leaf, and you can eat the
Yeah,
leaf.
eat the leaves.
Eat the.
Yeah, beetroot's always a good one. I had a wander around there yesterday, and I've still got lots of golden beetroot left.
Mm,
Mm.
always
Sweet potatoes, Jenny says. We said we were going to try that, didn't we? But we never did.
never got around to it. Probably would have been a good year to do it as well, because it's been so warm,
Yeah.
consistently
Mm.
warm as well. Because that's usually the problem. You don't get
Yeah.
the consistency.
I have
Yeah,
to make a point of
brassicas.
doing that.
Brassicas would have for me again.
See, they've been a win this year for me because I've covered them. Well, saying that, so I had two beds. One I made a cage, and one I just chucked a bit of netting over.
Yeah.
And they've all been all right. So whether I missed the butterflies and the pigeons just didn't find them, but I've got, again, I went out there the other day and I've got lovely big Romanesco cauliflowers,
Wow.
big Savoy cabbages, so much Cavolo Nero. I've even got broccoli coming,
Oh wow.
quite big heads of broccoli coming. So that's a good win for me this year. I'm really happy about that because probably the first year I've had a decent brassica harvest
Yeah.
since I've been doing it.
I had 2 or 3 red cabbages that have done all right. And I
Yeah.
went down there the other day, and the whole top of one had been completely shaved off, like somebody had taken a sword to it. I think the
Oh.
cabbage, like the caterpillars have had it or something. Bizarre.
Mm.
Because I think I saw somebody else, was it Angie maybe, had said that she's had caterpillars all over her brassicas again. Because it's
What
been
now?
so mild. Yeah.
Oh God.
So, yeah,
Oh,
I really want to build a cage or something to do them in, because like putting nets over it and stuff like that, it just does your head in.
yeah, it does do your head in. Yeah, and I made
Walking.
just a Heath Robinson one with some bamboo canes, and I got the special things with the 3-corner holes,
Yeah,
so you can put two in that way and one. I got all them, and that's done all right. But I wanted a good one. But then you're kind of stuck to the same place.
yeah.
I suppose if you do no dig and topping up the compost every year anyway, it shouldn't really matter.
No. Yeah, I wondered about getting like an old polytunnel frame or something and just putting a net over it, or an old greenhouse that somebody doesn't want.
Yeah.
Even like one of the like the poly, not what's it called, the polycarbonate ones.
Yeah.
So the frame won't be as heavy as your bog standard glass greenhouse.
Mm.
One of those, and then you could almost pick that up and move it if you needed to. If it's
Yeah.
netting on it. And then you can, open the door and go in and not have to mess around crouching.
That's the thing, isn't it? It just and it's all right using the blue water pipe and all that, but it's fine when you first do it, and as soon as you start moving it to get in and out weekly or whatever, it's never the same.
When you end up letting a blooming butterfly in, don't you? You open it to do something, and then you go back down there, and there's 3 butterflies in the bloody net.
And you think, What have you been doing
Yeah,
now?
how
You've
have you
laid
got in there?
every egg in your body. You've laid all over my brassicas.
Yeah,
Oh, they're just so. I just imagine. Oh, I can see them sitting there, and you think, look at those tiny little caterpillars. They're everywhere. They're minute, aren't they? Absolutely microscopic. And then a few
within a
days
few
later,
days, they're massive.
yeah,
And your
and
brassicas.
munching. Yeah. Joe's got sawfly caterpillars. Oh dear. Hmm.
Jenny doesn't use nets. Jenny's got like a almost a forest, what permaculture, isn't it? That Jenny does. She plants everything in amongst everything else.
Oh, right, yeah.
So the pests sort of get eaten by goodies because they're all mixed in. And I guess that is the problem. I did mix all the new beds that I did. I did it mixed beds rather than in rows,
Mm.
which did sort of work. It's harder to know what's what, if you know what I mean, because you'll put a bit in that bed and a bit in that bed and a bit in that
Yeah,
bed. And if you
yeah.
don't label every single clump, you end up thinking, what the hell was that?
Mm. Yeah. I know what you mean. And I've thought about it so many times. And this year I've done it a bit, but I haven't done it as to an extreme as what Jenny probably does it. But I've done a row of carrots, a row of beetroot, and a row, but instead of 5 rows of carrots, 5 rows of beetroot, just to
Yeah,
try and mingle it
break
up a
it up.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. But even that sometimes I don't feel works as well because I don't know the spacings, and you might need a smaller space for that and a bigger space for that. And a couple of times I thought there's a big gap down the middle where I haven't worked that one out right.
it's harder to do. Whereas if you do it
Mm.
old school, you almost fall back into it without
You
meaning
do.
to.
Don't even realise, do you? And then all of a
Right.
sudden you planted
Trying to
3 rows.
row it. Damn it!
God.
Supposed to be doing clumps.
Tell you what I have done a bit of this year gone with sowing what do you call it? When you sow 4 or 5 seeds in one.
Oh, like
Mul- multi multi
multi
sowing,
set.
yeah.
Yeah,
Of beetroot or spring onions and things, and they've worked really well. Really well.
and just pull out one, and the next one fattens up, and then pull out that one.
Yeah, so just with the beetroots, go and get some little baby ones and have them in salad or whatever, and let the last one grow to a nice big one for whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah. See, that's another one I always struggle with is spring onions. Never ever had successful spring onions.
Oh, mine are right. There's some out there now.
Rubbish. But then I think that might be down to the white rot, which is why I don't grow onions at home anymore.
Ah,
Because it's all in the allium family, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
So it might be that does it. I just didn't think about it as much because it's obviously not a normal onion, but yeah, it's probably that.
But do you try them in the same bed all the time?
No, well, all my beds are new this year, so you'd
Mm.
think that would help. But I guess if it's a rot, it'll be a fungal thing, won't it? So it's a spore. So even if
It's
you
there, isn't it?
beds, if it's in the area, it's in the area. It's like bloody blight, isn't it? Once your blight's in, it's in.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Joe does beetroot and spring onions multi-sown, but mine are in raised beds. Mine are all in raised beds. Spring onions grow well and look nice in pots. Never thought about that. They'd be quite good in pots, wouldn't
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a lot more stuff near the house next
they?
year of that sort of like salady type things because you
Yeah.
just don't like. I did so much salad crop down the bottom this year of different unusual salads, and you end up not using it because you can't be bothered to go down there when you want to
I
make salad.
know exactly
Whereas
the
here,
same.
I did loads of stuff in pots and stuff like that for the tortoise, and you just use it more because you're literally out the back door and it's there. So I
Yeah.
think I need to do a lot more of that sort of stuff closer to the house.
Mm.
It's a long way down my garden, and then keep the veg garden for more like long-term crops.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I've done chard in
Same.
like pots and all sorts. Like I've planted it in the garden, all the chard, because it just looks nice.
Mm. Oh, in the back garden.
Yeah, yeah, I've put it in
Oh, right.
planters
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
sorts, like just to fill in. And then you want some
Have you been
chard.
using it though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still going now. Yeah, so I think that's worked really well, and I'll definitely
Mm.
do that again next year to grow more stuff around the house. Now I've got my bin store. I've got a growing space on top of there that I can just put
Mm.
pots. I put a couple of beds, well, not beds, but like planting pockets in the top of it, so that you can
Mm.
put in sort of different salad crops and stuff in there. So I think I'll use that a lot more next year rather than growing it down the bottom.
Yeah. What about herbs? Because we bought all them herbs, didn't we, from Gardener's World? And then I made a plant like you did last year. Planted them all in, and I haven't used any of them.
Not even your Santha.
No, no, to be honest, not a lot. That'll be
I-
there for next year, hopefully. Now that'd be fine. But
I've used loads of mine. Like all,
have
all
you?
my Vietnamese coriander we use regularly. That's now inside because you can overwinter that inside. So we'll use that throughout the winter for our coriander. The basil's been amazing. That blue, is it blue? I can't. You've got it as well, haven't you? The blue something or other variety that's purple.
Mm. Oh,
That's
yes.
brilliant. And I mean, in terms of not necessarily for the herbs, like just that pot that it's been flowering all year. It's been brilliant. I think that's a really good thing this year. I've grown a lot of herbs in my pots out the back.
Exactly. I was just about to say, where is it all? Is it
It's literally like right
because
outside my back door. And all
that's
the pots have just looked fantastic for all year.
that's
And
the
we've
game
been
changer,
using,
isn't it? I think having it close to the house.
yeah, like the rosemaries we've been using throughout. Because I got the barbecue rosemary and I also got the
Mm.
trailing rosemary. And then I've just got a bog standard rosemary. So I've got 3 different types of rosemary that we've been using all year. It's been brilliant.
Mm.
And the times and just whenever you're cooking, whenever I've done the soup, just go outside, whip a load of herbs off, chuck it straight in. And I
Yeah.
think that's the key, having that sort of stuff next to where you're cooking, because otherwise you just
Yeah.
don't use it.
No, definitely not. That's got to change next year.
You need it round your pizza oven.
Mm.
Have like a load of pots that you just have all your herbs in round you.
I need to do some like a cooking area around there.
Yeah,
Might have to sacrifice a little bit of the beds to put it on the left hand side, but
get rid of some
and
dahlia.
go out and use it properly. Use it and
And I think if you can get them bigger and healthier as well, the more you use them, because that's what Andy always says. Like the more you cook the herb, the more they grow.
yeah.
I've definitely found that this year, because I think if you just leave a herb and don't cut it, it just doesn't grow as well. It's almost
Mm.
like they need that regular
Yeah.
cutting. They're almost like grass.
Mm. Yeah, that's got to change. Have herbs close to the house, close to where we cook.
Yeah, and even chard and stuff like that. Like just having that in pots outside your back door. Like if you need
Mm.
some cooking, you've not got to think, oh, I've got to go around to the plot and cut a load. It's just there. Just chuck it in a salad.
Yeah.
Because I've got my
Need.
veg truck right outside the back door now as well. Whereas
Oh
that used to
yeah.
be further away. So I can put all my like salad crops, beetroot, spinach, stuff like that in there.
More of everyday things, lunch things, and
Yeah,
quick things.
yeah,
And then if you're doing a meal and you think, right, I need carrots, I need this, I need that, yes, right, make a trip down to the garden.
yeah. And then have a basket full, bring it back,
Yeah.
prep it all.
Yeah.
Whereas your salady bits, if you're making a sandwich and you want 3 leaves of lettuce, you just go out and whip it off the plant and chuck it straight in.
Exactly, but you won't bother going
No,
wandering all the way down there for
you
3
just have a
leaves
ham
of
sandwich
lettuce.
instead.
Exactly. Ham salad, walk down there, or just ham. I'll just have ham. Yeah. Carrots grow well in pots, yeah. I suppose they do.
Yeah, or you can just chuck them in sand if they're in pots, can't you? And then pure sand.
Mm. Yeah. So what about something else I've grown and haven't used? The
Jerusalem artichoke.
They're still there. They're under the ground, so they're fine. They can be used over the winter. All the stems all died off now. I noticed that yesterday. I can cut all them down and they'll sit there. But the Malabar spinach, hardly touch that.
Apart
And
from when we were doing
the
through the garden gate in there.
yeah, and the other one. What's the other one called?
Agretti.
Agretti. Hardly touch that either.
See, I did whenever I had gone down and made salads from down there, I'd always put it in. But again, I think next year when I grow agretti, I'll grow it down here instead. And it's a funky plant, so you can have that in a pot.
Yeah, it looks quite cool, doesn't it?
And it looked quite cool. And then
Mm.
I'd use it more because the fact that it was down there, it just didn't get used as much as it should have done.
There, look. Answer your dad.
If you grow carrots in sand, where do they get their nutrients from? They don't need the nutrients. Get it from the rain and whatever. It's more to stop it forking, isn't it? Why people grow it in the sand. But I think people give them a lot of feed if they're growing them in sand as well.
Yeah, so they have to get some nutrients from somewhere. But yeah, the main reason growing them in sand is so they go nice and straight.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it's in the ground or there's a bit of hard soil or a stone or anything, that's it.
Forky.
Yeah. Over mine in compost, but I suppose sand works. It will work. Yeah, definitely people do it.
Well, and that's the other thing as well.
Or a very
Carrots,
sandy compost.
yeah, they don't like a lot of nutrients because having too much nutrients in the soil can make them fork.
Mm.
So they don't like a huge amount of nutrients. And that's the thing with, what do they call it? Root veg. Like if you think of a dandelion, they say a dandelion is really good for breaking down the soil structure because it goes straight down. So they obviously don't need.
Got one long taproot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a storage thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Storage root.
Just what was that last comment? I missed it. I don't want to touch my comments because they're working well. What was that one about? Was it
About a picking day, like going to market and then have the produce handy in the fridge. Yeah, that's not bad.
Did it say picking or pickling?
Picking.
Picking.
So pick it all and then chuck it in your fridge so it's there.
Yeah.
But I guess the thing is you don't know whether you're going to use it. So then
That's what you got to do. I think you've got to program yourself and think, right, what are we going to cook this week? What are we going to eat for the week, and what do we need, and do that.
almost meal plan.
Meal plan. We need a allotment meals cookbook, which is not of all fancy posh food, but something you can use lots of it, but not just on a meat and two veg thing because that just gets boring.
I tell you what we found with having the tortoise, what we've started doing now the nights have drawn in, is that the weekend we'll go down the garden and harvest all the leaves and stuff that he can eat, and then put that straight into a Tupperware tub, and then just take it out and that seems to work quite well. It stays fresh for more than a week in a Tupperware tub. I never thought of doing that with fresh salad before. Usually we just put it in the fridge and it just wilts so quickly.
But isn't that what the salad drawer's for in the fridge?
Yeah, but even if you put it in the salad drawer, it still wilts. Whereas in a sealed Tupperware, it seems
Right.
to stay fresh because it's not
Yeah.
losing moisture. I guess it's complete. I guess that's the same as when you go to the supermarket, they bag it and it's in like a controlled environment inside the bag. Then, isn't it?
Don't they pump a certain gas in with they
Probably.
bag things as well?
But then it's probably been in that bag for about 6 weeks rather than just a week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I kept my lettuce in a cake box.
So
Cake box.
I guess that's like is that
Not a cardboard box, surely.
no, I guess that'd be like a big plastic
A big Tupperware box.
cake. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
giant Tupperware.
Your
yeah.
dad can't get grasp the whole sand thing.
They do. They just
Right,
do.
you have to prove it next year, Mark, and grow some in some sand.
But then it anything that's a root is gaining its nutrients from the leaf because it's a storage root. It's not growing fibrous roots, so it's not taking in nutrients
So
from.
is that root just for moisture, for water then?
I guess well, yeah, mostly water for a degree. But if you think like when a plant grows, it puts out loads of fibrous root, which takes nutrients from the soil. Whereas a taproot is literally one root, although they do have fibrous roots on the outside, they're not to the degree of like a plant that has multiple fibrous roots.
They're fine hair type thing. They're really fine.
Yeah, so they're searching out for the nutrients in the soil, whereas a taproot's going straight down.
Yeah.
So it must have a different method of collecting nutrients, which is why they have so much foliage on a carrot and on a dandelion. If you think of a dandelion, how big a leaf is compared to the actual main root.
Yeah.
So they must get more of their nutrients from the top. Yeah, we'll get a drain pipe, Dad, and we'll fill it full of sand, and we'll try and grow one of those.
Try and grow.
What's that
4-foot
variety
carrot.
that Lucy does? She does that,
Yeah.
and they're like bloody canes,
Massive
aren't they? They're
things.
huge, long things. Actually, that's our mission next year. We'll grow a giant carrot in sand.
Right, next fails or wins. Parsnips.
Yeah, 100% same. Fail. Not grown any. I've sown them.
The reason mine failed again, I believe, because I done my whole wood trick again, and they germinated, and then they just dried out. They're so finicky.
See, I don't even think mine germinated with wood trick.
I thought you said at one point that it was good and it had worked.
No, my carrots. I've got really good carrots this year, which I used the wood trick, and I did salsify, which Kim gave me the seeds for, and I did parsnips, and neither of them did anything. I think the salsify, I had a few germinate, and then they died. But salsify is supposed to be like the hardier version of parsnip, because that's what they bred parsnips from, salsify.
Oh, right.
And they just didn't do anything.
They are with peas. Parsnips are my nemesis.
See,
Teresa rips me for it as well.
I had some really good parsnips. The year we grew everything for the Christmas dinner, and we had parsnips that were like that on the top and massive things. And every year since, I've not been able to do it.
I had a few last year.
Understand it.
I had a few last year, and that's it. I think there's two out there after sowing probably 100.
Jenny said, "My parsnips fails. I think it's because they're still in the packet."
Might be a clue there. Joe's never tried to grow parsnips. Why? Don't you like to eat them, Joe? Or just not bothered? I love parsnips, I do.
The other reason parsnips can fail is because you have to use as fresh a seed as possible as well, isn't it?
Fresh seed, yeah.
You've got to use, again, with carrots are the same. You've got to use, fresh seed.
I think, isn't it, the germination rate drops by 50% after the first year, I think,
Yeah,
if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it's big drop off.
Yeah, massive drop off. But
So,
I saved some, actually, so hopefully,
you let some go to seed.
yeah, so let one plant go complete to seed. And I think I put them on my notice board, so they should be up on my notice board. So hopefully they should be fine.
They'll have real fresh seed.
Mark, you succeeded with dahlias.
I did succeed with dahlias. They're a big win this year. First time ever having flowers on dahlias. On every dahlia I've grown as well, not just one.
Yeah.
Literally like dahlias left, right and centre, and they're still flowering now. I've got some big flowers.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant. Whether or not we'll get another year where they'll grow next year, or whether the slugs will be back with a vengeance.
But that's the thing, it's the slugs. It's not that you can't grow them, it's the slugs. So you just need to, if you can battle the slugs for them first few weeks to get them big enough that the slugs can't make a dent in them, you should be fine again.
And then even that, like the year before that, I grew them on in the polytunnel, got them to like this big, then put them in the garden, and the slugs just ate them. They just chop
When they
them
were
off
that huge?
Yeah, they just eat them at the bottom, and then they just fall over. They're
You got
relentless.
major slug problem then.
Well, it's the same. It was the same down the veg garden. Like you'd grow your squash plants, and then I'd put little ones in and they'd get eaten. So I'd grow bigger ones, and they'd just chomp them off at the bottom. So nothing that I did, and I was putting bloody cinnamon around the base of a ring around every squash plant, and they were still eating them. It was just like, this is ridiculous. There's nothing I can do to stop them. Whereas this year, last year I went out in the evening on my patio, and there were slugs everywhere.
I can remember you saying
it was Slugmageddon. It was like, what, I can't remember her name now. It's gone. What's her name? The woman on here that's always
Charlotte.
going on. Charlotte, that's it. Like, it was like Charlotte's garden every night, just pots and pots full of blooming slugs. But this year, I haven't seen any. I've had hostas growing.
Overall, slugs have been down this year, haven't they? But
yeah,
you must be prone to having lots of slugs.
I guess because it's wet.
Yeah. But then touch wood, I don't get hardly any.
I think the other problem is, my neighbour that side doesn't like living plants, has a garden full of plastic plants. And the garden that side is just a wilderness. It's an old guy that lives there. He cuts the grass every now and again, but there's no plants, there's no flowers. So I've literally got nothing either side of me. So all of the slugs are like, look at him, he's growing us food. Like all the slugs from everywhere just come into my garden.
It's quite possibly.
I'm feeding the entire slug population of Saxony.
Because
if you think about it, all around me, the other side of the road is derelict pub. Behind me's a horse field. The other, right down the bottom near my veg garden, is just a field that they bale once a year.
And
then the other side of all the houses is another horse field. I'm just surrounded by horse fields. So there's
no nutrients anywhere.
No, there's no
Not that they like.
abundance of plants, and mine's just like a haven for slugs, basically.
So how do you fight that? Nematodes.
I just don't think they work. I've tried them at work, and they didn't. That year, when Chris worked at my work, we did nematodes in the greenhouse to try and get on top of the slugs, and it just didn't seem to have any effect whatsoever. Like there was just, I think that year was just a horrendous year for slugs.
That was a really bad year for slug, wasn't it? That the year before. Last
Yeah,
it was last year, yeah.
yeah, it was last
But
year.
Sophie, look inside my garden. She uses them every year, and she swears by them.
Yeah,
But the whole
maybe
thing about them is they kill every slug, not just the shit ones.
that's the problem. Yeah,
Mm.
I get,
Yeah.
yeah, they killed good slugs as well. And at the end of the day, you want a healthy balance of everything, because although we all slag off slugs and they're blooming annoying, they do a job in your garden. You know, they're the recyclers of everything. They eat all the dead material the majority of the time and improve your soil. So killing them all, you throwing everything out of balance.
But if you get to the point where you were last year, you can't grow a single thing because they're getting munched. You've got to do something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need, a beetle habitat and frogs and all the rest of it, and hedgehogs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, get some spotty pond.
Yeah,
If it, it's what you
well,
need, isn't it? Pond.
I've got my truck thing now that's going to be a bit of a pond outside the back door, so I'm hoping that might have some positive effect. Once I get that sorted out properly, I'll have some plants in it, so will hopefully get some frogs coming in that, which will help next year. I mean, if this mild weather carries on, it is going to be another horrendous year for slugs in it, because all the slugs will get through the winter and go absolutely crazy again if we have another wet spring. It's all weather dependent, isn't it?
Massively.
Whereas this year we had a lovely mild,
Dry.
dry.
No, we didn't have any rain from March all the way through till last week.
Yeah, August.
Go out with a head torch.
Yeah, which I did do that year, and even doing that, it's still, you still don't get all of them because they're on the bottom of your plants eating them.
Yeah.
But it is.
I suppose.
I mean, it's about getting a balance, because that's what Jenny's got in her garden. She's got all the wildlife come in and eat. It's all just in balance. Whereas, being gardeners, we think, oh, we're going to control this, we're going to control that, and you just throw everything out.
I was just about to say, Jenny says, the foxes, hedgehogs, etc., but you're doing your best to stop rabbits. And if you're stopping rabbits by the fences, you're stopping the hedgehogs, you're stopping everything else. So you can let them in and eat, so they can eat the slugs, but you let the rabbits in to eat your veggies as well.
Yeah. See, they've been my number one pest this year, the rabbits.
Yeah.
Whereas I've never had an issue with the rabbits whatsoever. Whereas for some reason this year they've decided that it's obviously been a good year for rabbits. And there was, I'd go down my veg garden and there'd be 5 or 6 rabbits in the bloody veg garden. So all my sort of salady type things they've had, eating all my strawberry plants.
No, you can't get a balance with them, can you? Because they just decimate.
Yeah. Although the raised beds seem to have worked quite well. They couldn't get up into the double height raised beds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the only way, is block them out. But then if you block rabbits out, you're blocking
the hedgehog.
The hedgehog out.
I guess, you couldn't even leave a hole at the bottom, could you? Because then the rabbits would get through it. Yeah, it's a problem, that.
Rabbits have been the worst for. Yeah. That's really weird. Again, I'm going to touch wood. Down our horse field, we got hundreds of rabbits. They just don't come up the top.
Yeah, it's odd, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess that's because of your dogs.
Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly. You need to leave Dash down in the veg garden all night.
Oh, he's useless. He's come face to face with a rabbit, and he's not. He just like cries at it because he doesn't know what to do with it. Whereas Roland, he'd have had it.
That's what we're saying, Joe. Mark's got dogs as well.
And Roland's having, but he can't be trusted because he'd disappear. He'd be off. He'd be chasing the rabbit, and he'd be 3 fields away. Ferret pedding. That's interesting.
You'll borrow a lurcher. That's they'll chase rabbits.
Yeah, the only problem with lavender is my wife is allergic to lavender. Otherwise, I could just do a hedge of lavender all the way around the hedge garden.
But they like lavender.
Apparently not. It only
Oh.
says they don't like lavender and curry herb plants. Could do a curry plant. I've got curry.
I love curry plant.
I got
Curry
that.
plant smells amazing, doesn't it?
It does. Just every time you walk past it, give it
You have to, don't you? Yeah, it's delicious. Curry, there you go. You have to put a little, like a topiary hedge of curry herb plants around every bed.
I'll have people turning up thinking I've got an Indian going on down there.
Curry house.
Think of curry, wouldn't it? We'll have a tikka masala, please.
Yeah, I suppose it's really hard just to know. I think you've done well to keep going with all the things, constantly slugs and rabbits and everything on your back and floods. You're still pushing on and doing it more.
That'll be the next thing. The way this winter's going.
Nah, all your hard work will work. All your
Well, even if it
drainage
floods now, it doesn't matter because everything's raised up. So even if it floods, it's not damaging anything.
No.
So
Have you lifted the greenhouse?
the greenhouse is the only thing I haven't done. But yeah, everything else is now double height, and it never quite got to the top of the beds before. So, and all the beds that were in the middle are now gone. So all the beds that are left in that part of the veg garden are all on the edge, which was better anyway because it's higher.
Yeah.
And they're all, at least that high, apart from the asparagus bed. But what can you do? It survived that wet, so it should.
Yeah, that's still performed well, didn't it?
Yeah, that's one thing you do need to plant. You need to get yourself an asparagus bed done.
I'm going to this winter.
Because then you can just plant it and forget about it for 3 years.
But I'm buying
Bigger crowns.
3-year-old crowns.
So then you'll only have a year.
Yeah, put them in and leave them for a year.
Just have to hope the asparagus beetle don't find it.
People are selling them. There's a woman selling them on Etsy, I think. Etsy or eBay, one of the two. But you can buy. It's going to cost me, obviously, about 50, 60 quid, but it's worth doing to save 3 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Well, considering how expensive asparagus is as well.
I know, and we do buy it.
Yeah.
So, it'll pay for itself.
I mean, when ours is going full bore in the spring, you can watch the damn stuff grow because it grows so quick. You go down in the morning and it's that big, and then by the evening it's that big. It's insane how quick it grows.
But I've chosen it's my top bed up here. I'm going to use the one nearest, my tap in the garden. I'm going to use that bed. It's got on the left-hand side. It's got the Jerusalem artichokes, and I can't get rid of them. But I'm going to try and get as many as I can. So I've got a small little harvest of Jerusalem artichokes. But then also, as that's growing, it's going to give me a bit of shade as well.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, because I want to put mushrooms on it as well at the same time.
Yeah. I need to get
Oh,
contact.
asparagus farm at Ellingham. They might do, mightn't they? Good idea, Joe. I'll have to give them a Google. Ellingham.
Write it down quick.
Oh, yes, I'll have a look at that. Ellingham. Well, I'll just ask Joe again if I forget. How
Uh,
deep should I expect to dig if I'm moving old asparagus? Oh.
they're not that deep really.
Don't they
They're almost like a
spidery?
spider. Yeah, so they're
Yeah.
like a lump in the middle and then roots out that way. Sometimes they sort of go down slightly, but they're more sort of sideways.
And one crown is one shoot. Is that
No,
right?
no,
No?
multiple.
How is it? All right, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in the first year you'll get one thing, but if you're getting every time, so it's basically like when you have a dahlia tuber
Yeah.
and you get the new growth coming off. You know how Kim takes the cuttings. If you
Yeah,
take
yeah, yeah.
that first growth off, you then get more. So that's basically what the asparagus root does. So as you're chopping off that thing, it'll put more. So when I
Tell you
cut
what.
all mine down after they've
Mm,
gone to ferns, there's probably 5 or 6 on each crown.
right. I tell you what, I never really understood. 'Cause I never harvested asparagus before. So you've got your spear
Yeah,
and you cut it slightly below the soil.
yeah,
Just put the knife in and cut it off.
yeah.
Does that grow the next spear the next few days from the same place?
No,
No, it doesn't. So
no,
there's
from
another one just next to it.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I always thought that, and I thought it can't be because it would come up, but it would be a flat top. It wouldn't have the nice pointy bit
Yeah, it's a new piece.
from a slightly different place on that ground.
Yeah, and that sort of then just sort of goes brown under the soil
Right.
where you've cut it off.
Ah, I see. I get you.
So basically, what you're cutting off is like a bud, basically. So if you rub the bud off of something, it'll put a new bud on somewhere else because
Of course it is, because that's what
damaged the
goes
bud.
up to flower, isn't it? If you leave
Yeah,
it, that goes up and flowers. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Portwood asparagus.
Portwood. Oh, you'll have to send me
Somebody else as well, my patch of
in a
Norfolk, said
message.
I used A grade asparagus who are in Norfolk. So there's obviously
Oh yes.
plenty of people around you that you could.
I'm going to go and see them all. Everybody, send me them on a direct message, please, so I can don't forget them.
You could have different plants from different companies and see which one
Well,
grows.
I was going to get because this lady on the internet she sells purple and green, so I was going to get some purple ones as well.
Yeah, I'd quite like to get a few purple ones actually. And what I'd quite like to do now I've got my raised beds is do maybe 3 or 4 crowns in the new raised beds that I can then
Yeah.
get going. So eventually they'll take over because I think they only last for I think it's maybe 10, 15 years. They don't go
Oh, is
forever.
it?
So you've got to think ahead to go right.
Ah, okay.
Once they start to come to the end of the life, then put some more in so that once they finish, you can then have your next ones that have.
I don't think they're that hard to grow from seed, are they? But it's just because it takes so bloody long.
I think if you grow it from seed, then that's if you get a
It's
crown,
4 years.
that's 3 years, so it's probably 5 years from seed.
Yeah. But if
But
you're
I
looking at
know,
the long term thing, anyway.
yeah, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe I should
Mm,
try it from seed and get some growing from
yeah.
seed. Because I think Steph Hayden did hers from seed originally,
Yeah.
because they are so expensive.
So isn't white asparagus, Joe? Isn't that forced like they do rhubarb,
I
or is
think
that
it's,
just a
I think it is forced. So you put
yeah?
it in like a bucket
Yeah,
type thing.
and it shoots up and it's completely white.
Yeah. But then again, that weakens your rootstock quicker, so you probably
Yeah.
can't do that. You wouldn't be able to take as much from the root. So
No.
that's probably why it's even more expensive than what normal
Yeah.
asparagus is.
Mm.
So yeah, asparagus for me always a win. It's just a
Yeah.
no-brainer. Remember to put some manure on it every year, and then all good. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
More perennial plants for the win.
Sounds good to me.
Courgettes, another good win for me. Last year I had
Yeah.
one. This year I've had loads.
But they're another thing that I certainly have. I've left them and they've gone to bloody Gripping Marrows and not used them. And
I've still got a big one down there, just on the plant. But I think I'll probably, just leave it.
see what happens.
See what happens. I guess they just harden, don't they? If you leave it to get too big, and then they almost become
I guess they'll go mushy. I took two big marrows about that big and so long, and they're sitting in the green now. I suppose bees love asparagus flowers. They do, Annette. They do.
They're such dainty little flowers. They're just like tiny little bell shape. They are lovely plants. Good for the pollinators if they're, because at some point you've got to let them go to flower. As much as I hate it, get to the end of the season and you've got to leave it to go all fluffy.
Yeah. Joe's still got a courgette on the windowsill.
I think we're on our last one in the fridge, which was a fairly decent sized one, and we're just chopping it to bits, slowly using it. Always a sad day when you've used your last courgette for the year. Yeah, there's actually people that grow it just for the foliage. Apparently that's really expensive as well. Cut flower growers.
You're talking about asparagus still?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Really.
it looks a bit like fennel, doesn't it?
Was that a house plant that you can grow in? Yeah, I think it's in the same family as asparagus. It's like, and that looks like the ferny foliage.
But no.
Can't remember the name. But it's blooming annoying when you're cutting it down at this time of year because all of the tiny little ferny type bits of it all just fall apart. So when I was cutting it down at the weekend, it looked like I'd been shed because it was just like little bits of yellow all over me. When you're cutting it down, it just falls apart. Asparagus fern, it is a
Right, Mr. Ridpath, I'm going to have to go because I said to Teresa I'll definitely be up at 9 because she's cooking.
9 o'clock.
And she went, you better. And it's gone that now, so I'll be in trouble.
Don't your wife.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, been good.
Nice chat, and I enjoyed that. Love a nice little chat.
Thing goes.
Yeah.
Nice to look back.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for slipping in and
joining
listening. And yes, I like it when everybody joins in and tell us what they've been doing as well.
Yeah. Well, it's learning, isn't it, and getting ideas from people.
Yeah. Don't forget, everybody, to send me where the asparagus farms were.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember already. Right. Have a lovely week, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next week.
See you later. Bye. See you, Mark.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Through the Garden Gate.